Yarborough and Petty for the lead and takes the white flag. One more lap. On the last lap, Pearson has that Torino wound up as tight as she'll go. Holds on to the lead and takes the checkered flag.
The flag has been given to David Pearson. When he comes around this time, it'll be the checkered flag for him. So here he comes with less than half a lap to go, coming down the home straightaway. And the checkered flag for David Pearson. First big win for him on the super speedways in 7 years, and the 5th win this year. And a mighty welcome victory it is, too, because it brings him 13.
He takes the white flag. One more lap, and all he has to do is keep that Ford running. He's all alone as he sweeps his Torino through the 4th turn and down the front chute for the checkered flag. David Pearson wins the Carolina 500 and moves a little closer to the Grand National Championship.
Hearing is very important.
David Pearson should get the white flag, and there it is. The white flag is out, meaning 1 lap to go for you, and you're the winner. We're at Darlington, South Carolina. Another colorful moment in the wide world of sports. To reach the little hamlet of Darlington, you drive about 2 hours southeast from Charlotte, North Carolina, through places called Pageland, Jefferson, and McBee, and past very colorful road signs. And then you reach the Darlington Raceway, one of the meccas of automobile racing, where right now David Pearson is about to take the checkered flag. It'll be victory in the Rebel 400, his 2nd victory in this race. There it is. It's all over. He won this race 2 years ago, and now he has won again. We'll be back, hopefully, for a word with the winner in a minute.
The middle. Certainly can do. 1 lap to go. Final lap.
White flag, and Labonte will look to the outside. There's Waltrip. Earnhardt now coming out of turn 2. Labonte trying to get around. They ride high, and Terry just nudges the wall.
Now they go down the back straightaway. There's nobody sitting here in Martinsville. Oh, the 3 cars touch. They get together. Labonte spins. Waltrip stays low. Darrell Waltrip is going to win here at Martinsville. Waltrip takes the checkered flag. Earnhardt will finish 2nd. Labonte and Bobby Allison get together. They will finish, at least Labonte will in this case, finish 3rd.
Flag is out. Got it to the floor, and so you see him push up just a hair, but I just don't know if there's enough time.
Creeping up on the inside, Wallace that time in turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Waltrip storms down into the 1st turn. Wallace staying with him. Kowicki with the overview from 3rd spot. Brett Bodine back and forth. Schrader in 5th. Davey Allison 6th. Back straightaway last time. Here's Wallace. Last ditch effort. Crowd is up on their feet. 130,000 strong. Let's see who's going to take it in turn number 3. Waltrip, a beautiful line. Here comes Wallace moving to the inside. Wallace pulling ever so much closer as they come to the stripe. And he drives into the grass. Wallace, as he finally has to settle for 2nd place. It'll be
got a problem. He's definitely got a problem. He's way high in turns 3 and 4 also. Maybe he's out of brakes. Waltrip, meanwhile, has taken the white flag, and he has less than a half mile now to go for his 2nd win of the 1988 season. The defending champion of this race is about to successfully defend his championship. He won at Charlotte earlier this year in the World 600, and now here he comes off the 4th corner. The hand is in the air. Darrell Waltrip wins the Goodies 500.
Magic in there. It's magic that they put in before the race. It wasn't magic on the pit stop.
He is drafting all around the track off anyone he can find, trying to conserve fuel. The white flag is out. And Schrader's wife looking on.
She can't believe he can go that far on a tank of fuel that Darrell Waltrip can. He's drafting, trying to save every bit of fuel he possibly can.
In the last lap, the interval is immense. It's a question of fuel. Can Waltrip hold out?
He could have coasted now, I think.
Yeah, he's about close enough now that he could coast across the start-finish line and still win.
Out of turn 4 after 17 years of effort. The Daytona 500 belongs to Franklin, Tennessee's Darrell Waltrip. He's done it.
Earnhardt screams by underneath the flag as well. The only people sitting down in this race course are driving watching the race cars as Earnhardt smokes those tires through 1 and 2 in a desperate attempt to catch Darrell Waltrip. Waltrip out in front. That's the view in his rear view mirror as he looks back and sees Earnhardt closing in just a bit more. Into the third turn now. Waltrip continues his lead in the 17 car. Earnhardt about 100 yards back. They come off of the fourth turn. The checkered flag now being displayed, and it's displayed to Darrell Waltrip, who wins at the Atlanta 500. Darrell Waltrip has scored the victory here. His
of the fourth turn and receives the white flag from Harold Kinder. One more lap to go in the half mile here at Martinsville. There are essentially no other battles on the racetrack to show you, so we're going to show you Darrell Waltrip's final lap. He comes down the backstretch halfway around on the final time. Now into turn 3 and in turn 4 where Jeff Bodine was taken out in the early race. Here comes Waltrip off the fourth corner. His hand is in the air waving to the crowd, and Darrell Waltrip has won the Panel Sweatshirts 500 here at Martinsville. And the Thai crew is in celebration in victory in the
coming up right here as the white flag comes out. 1 to go. Sterling Marlin gets my vote today. What a hard charge he has put on all day. Fifth 5 times in the 600, 4 times a winner. Incredible mark by Waltrip in this event. Here he is ready to lap Larry Pearson once again.
Bill Elliott and Mark Martin are running side by side. Looks like Mark Martin, they're going to race it right to the line.
And that is a good battle as Bodine is pulled away in fourth, and Martin is challenging Elliott for the stripe. Coming down for the checkers, it is Darrell Waltrip for the fifth time. And there is a little bit of a slide coming to the line by Mark Martin. And
here comes the white flag for Darrell Waltrip. He has one more lap to go around the .533 mile high banks of Bristol International Raceway, and he will win his 5th victory of 1989 and his 11th here at Bristol. Off of corner number 4, Darrell Waltrip wins the Busch 500 at Bristol International Raceway. Here comes second place, Alan Kulik.
Closing in on the leader.
Look at him fight the wheel coming off the corner. 2 laps to go. And Michael Waltrip is spun in turn number 1. The race could end under caution, or will it?
Michael's got his car rolling. He might get out of the way. We'll see.
He drives down the banking. The car is rolling. And the NASCAR officials, yes, the NASCAR officials wave the yellow flag, and this race is going to end under caution. Here comes Waltrip to the flag, and this is going to do it. The yellow and the white flags come out simultaneously. Darrell Waltrip has won. The checkered flag hasn't won.
Just one more time around the 5/8 mile oval at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, and Darrell Waltrip will win his first race in September of 1989. There's Jeff Hammond, who has already been named mechanic of the race, hoping that his driver can hold on for just a half lap. Now he's in turn number 4. Darrell Waltrip comes down and wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
I'll tell you what, there's a happy crew. I was over there back in January when those guys were working 12 hours.
White flag in hand. Now he begins to wave it to Darrell Waltrip, and we've got one more lap to go. 2.5 miles for Darrell Waltrip, and he will win the Champions Spark Plug 500.
And behind him, the battle is tightened up for second place. Mark Martin has caught Dale Earnhardt going into turn 1. Almost caught him. He's still got a couple of 3 car lengths there, but he has been picking up on him pretty good in the last 2 or 3 laps.
So Mark Martin is running in 3rd position, and this will be his best finish of the year if he does take the checkered flag there. He has recorded 2 4th-place finishes in 1991 at Darlington and at Bristol. But the 3rd that he's running here today will be his best of the year. Darrell Waltrip now sets up for turn number 3 for the final time this afternoon. The Western Auto Chevy looking for his 2nd victory of 1991. Into turn number 3. Keeping the car low on the racetrack. Now coming off the corner. Sees the checkered flag, and Darrell Waltrip wins the Champion Spark Plug 500 here at Pocono. Earnhardt second, followed by 4 laps to go.
Yeah, the purpose of staying out there and to take the chance is not to finish second. So you got to stand on the accelerator, and you got to take the lead away from Darrell Waltrip, and that is exactly what Harry Gant's motive and his desire is at the moment. However, it is Darrell Waltrip who is continuing to hold the lead as we watch that battle between Musgrave and
and Mark Martin. Here is Darrell Waltrip still up to speed on the Long Pond straightaway, headed for turn number 2.
He stretched out a little bit over Darrell as he went through turns 1 and 2.
That's the car into the tunnel turn.
It's almost like Harry ran out of gas or something coming off that corner.
He's got just another corner to manipulate, and then onto the long straightaway, and halfway down it for the checkered flag. Yeah, he's stretched out now over Harry Gant, and the Western Auto crew is saying, come on, Darrell, come on, Darrell. Here he comes off of corner number 3.
Didn't coast the rest of the way.
He's got it. Darrell Waltrip has won the Miller Genuine Drafts
in the fall race, the night race. White flag is out. He's on his final lap. Less than a half mile to go now. Looks like the crew is celebrating already. They know he's got a win. He could probably coast the rest of the way. Here's Waltrip off of corner number 4, and the checkered flag waves. Darrell Waltrip has won the Bud 500 at Bristol. Jay Gelder, the mechanic of the race, worked.
The red flag tells it all. The race has been stopped. The Southern 500 is under red because of rain on lap 298. The field is lining up on pit road behind the pace car with Darrell Waltrip's Western Auto Chevrolet, the first car behind.
We might add another new winner tonight as Matt Kenseth takes the white flag. The final lap of the Coca-Cola 600 in search of his first Winston Cup win.
Smooth right down to the bottom of the racetrack, exactly where he ran the lap before. Bobby Labonte is making a run at him though on this last lap. All Matt has to do now though is not make a mistake.
Final set of corners. Here he comes. Winston Cup win, number 1 in the Coca-Cola 600 for Wisconsin's Matt Kenseth.
He thought they'd do, so that turned out all right too.
Checkered flag in the air. Matt Kenseth for Jack Roush and Ford scores his second career Winston Cup win. Sterling Marlin, the runner-up. Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, Ricky.
Down the straightaway.
Got one more lap to try. And I think what Jeff's doing is just being sure he doesn't get up off the bottom, because I don't believe it. I think he knows that Mark can't pass him unless he gets a nose under him.
Well, Mark did the same thing in the middle of 1 and 2, right up on the rear bumper. He just can't keep that speed off the corner.
Gets back in it quick, but just can't carry the speed off.
Hey, Vandermont, you know what to do.
Number 17 coming off of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air.
6 races, 6 different winners. Matt Kenseth beats Jeff Gordon by a second.
It's right there too, boys. Well, look at the 10 on the apron.
There is no out of bounds here. You can go through the grass if you need to, and he's going to complete the pass there.
It's going to be tight. It's going to be close down in this corner. Yikes.
He made the pass, picked up 2 positions, but he hurt his momentum. Jeff Gordon's getting to run back on it on turn 2.
Gordon's flying. He comes up along the outside of Jarrett there.
Yeah,
Jarrett is there, going after Newman.
I believe he's got it, boys. He has those 4 fresh tires. He's going to take second position.
I think
Going for the win.
He's going to go to the outside.
Where?
Here he comes.
Go to block.
Here he comes. Kenseth's going to try to block him.
Jarrett going for 2 in a row. Matt Kenseth leads it. Jarrett looks low. No. Kenseth to win it. Jarrett, Newman, Waltrip.
For Matt Kenseth. 1 more lap to go. Final lap at Richmond. Katie's watching. They've got a vacation home up in their native Wisconsin they'd like to go to get away from it all. If they go there tomorrow, they can celebrate win number 4 of 2002. Matt Kenseth has won the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400.
White flag.
Down to the final mile for Matt Kenseth. Matt will be the 13th different winner in 15 Winston Cup races here at Phoenix. The 3rd Roush Racing driver to take a checkered flag in that group here. Mark Martin, Jeff Burton are the others. Kenseth will have led 55 of the 312 laps. The 2-tire call at lap 259, the key to victory. Kenseth got away after the final restart and picks up his 5th win of 2002. Matt Kenseth, the winner at Phoenix.
Good job, guys. Great pit stop. If you want to got me out in front of the 2, we
one more car up here, he might be able to get. It's not that one, by the way, because nobody. This is what you call a Sunday afternoon drive for that 17 car.
Matt Kenseth comes off turn number 4 and scores his 7th career Winston Cup victory.
Sooner if I'd been him.
Just like yesterday.
White flag this time. 1 to go, boys.
All right, somebody's got to go different. Can't all go the same way.
Kenseth went low in 1. Changes lanes. Here comes Kane on the outside.
Just can't quite man it right there off of turn 2.
McMurray almost hit the wall exiting 2 and drops back.
Yeah, he lost a lot of ground right there. Last time through 3 and 4, though.
Here they
Kane goes to the bottom.
Kane comes to the bottom.
He gets a run. He's got a good run on him.
Side by side to the line. Kenseth.
Told you it'd be a Moco finish.
Matt Kenseth wins the Subway 400.
Get the white flag this time, Matt Kenseth.
Final lap with a 4.3-second lead.
This is a very similar scenario to what we saw here last year with Matt Kenseth. Latter part of the race, he just drove off and left everyone.
The year before, Darrell, he won the most races of anyone, and everyone thought that Vegas would be his first of many wins, but it was his only win as Brian Vickers runs out of fuel on the back straightaway.
Another lead lap car. Matt Kenseth, he's just going to ride home behind these 2-lap cars.
Matt Kenseth, the defending Nextel Cup champion, scores his 9th career victory.
Here comes the 42 trying to get.
White flag, last lap at Bristol. Half a mile to go.
Boy, Burton drove it in there hard, didn't he?
He's trying as hard as he possibly can to catch that 17 car, but he's not going to be able to do it.
He's not. Matt Kenseth wins at Bristol.
White flag for you here. White flag.
Here comes Carl Edwards in the 99 on the high side, trying to get that second spot away from Jimmy Johnson at 48.
He got a heck of a run down here in 3 and 4 on the top, but he lost a little bit of ground that time off of 2. You watch him down here in turn 3, though. He's going to take it hard to the outside.
The new tire cars racing up 3 wide in the middle of the pack as Matt Kenseth comes off turn number 4 ahead of Jimmy Johnson, and Kenseth wins the Auto Club 500.
Man, they're coming across.
Five
wide on the apron. Jamie may not win the race, but he gave it a valiant effort.
And he'll sleep well tonight.
Yes, he will. I finally turned the corner.
He made a statement today, him and that whole race team.
Good job. Kenseth's car was just too good.
Matt Kenseth, if you can make it off turn 3 and 4, he's going to chop into that points lead of Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, that's a great job on the Matt's part. Way to go, Matt.
Loose off 4, but Matt Kenseth wins the neighborhood for excellence 400.
Takes the white flag. Last lap at Michigan. Gordon is close to within 0.8 of a second. Does look a little like Chicago, doesn't it?
I don't think you're going to have the same outcome as in Chicago, though.
Clear by 10.
This is a strong performance for Matt Kenseth and that Robbie Reiser-led team. Second in the championship standings right now, just 58 points behind Jimmy Johnson. Matt started working on cars when he was 13 along with his dad. Started racing at 16. He already has one Nextel Cup championship, trying to get another, trying to make the chase for the championship. Matt Kenseth wins at Michigan.
Good job, guys. I thought I was going to blow it again. I was getting so tight.
Wow, that was a good move on Scott Rigg's part. Did a really good job there. Here he goes.
Matt Kenseth wins the Sharpie 500.
Be a little bit snug, but in turn 2, it can't be. White flag.
Bring it home.
Kevin Harvick got his tire changed. He's at the tail end of the lead, lap 17th.
Look at that thing, Larry. Eating that white line up, back into gas, not pushing the nose. Off she goes.
This goes through the center. He's able to pick that throttle up and drive it straight off the corner.
7. No pressure here. Clear by.
Jack Roush has 12 victories at this racetrack, 6 in the Busch Series, 4 in Nextel Cup, and 2 in the trucks.
And just a few feet here, a few yards here.
One more.
I love it.
Matt Kenseth, second time in his career, he sweeps the weekend. Kenseth wins the Auto Club 500.
Jeff Gordon second, Jimmy Johnson third, Jeff Burton fourth, Mark Martin
Battle to get in the 6th spot. Up front, Matt Kenseth, dominant performance by the Wisconsin driver in the final ride with Robbie Reiser, his longtime friend and crew chief atop the box. Reiser will bid farewell and become general manager at Roush Fenway. But what a way to go out as Kenseth comes out of turn 4, and Matt Kenseth will win the season finale at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Has officially been declared final. It is over. So Matt Kenseth, Jack Roush, there is your Daytona 500 winner in the 51st running of the Great American Race, the 2009 champ. Matt Kenseth in a backup car, slipping through for the lead, and now the victory in the rain-shortened Daytona 500. And our Steve Burns is down there. Steve?
Well, which is about average starting position for him here.
That's a plus for him, actually.
1 second. Bring it home, bud.
Wow. 2 in a row, Larry.
How about that? And how about Drew Blick?
The Blick.
Still batting 1,000.
The Blick. My new hero.
We're by 12.
Jeff Burton just ahead, a former teammate of Kenseth's at Roush Racing.
I'm real impressed with the way these guys have gotten out of Matt's way. A couple of cars have just kind of stayed in the groove, but doesn't matter. He's going to get by.
And here he comes. Matt Kenseth. Only the 4th driver in NASCAR history to win the Daytona 500 and the next race. Checkered flag, 3rd California win for Kenseth and Roush Fenway Racing.
Here we go.
White flag coming for Carl Edwards. Boyer all alone in second. Kenseth out front. Boyer all alone in second.
I think there's some cars running out of gas here, Larry. I see the 24 slow down the back.
He was one of the cars that was trying to stretch the fuel a lot more than Stewart.
And Stewart's out. Edwards passes him.
Yep, Stewart's out of gas.
But here comes Matt Kenseth.
He's not out of gas.
For Roush Fenway Racing. What a night for Kenseth. He will win the Samsung Mobile 500.
Cup Series driver.
You know, we looked at Carl Edwards there. You know, last week, white flag in the air. Last week, Carl had 2 tires. The other guy didn't have any. He said, I got this in the bag. Today, he had 4 tires. Some of the guys only took 2, some none. Thought he probably had it in the bag. Not to be. Oh.
Well, when Matt Kenseth ran his first Sprint Cup race right here at Dover, Mark Martin won it. Jimmy Fennick was the crew chief. Today, Jimmy Fennick's on the pit box for the winner of the FedEx 400 benefiting Autism Speaks. Matt Kenseth wins it. Here's Boyer.
The white flag at the starter stand. 1 more lap to go for Matt Kenseth. Edwards and Kane racing there for 3rd and 4th. Edwards needing to hang on. That could be a valuable point in the championship. Wants to keep that 4 behind him. Last night, Kyle Busch lost the lead on a late restart to Roush Fenway Racing's Carl Edwards. Tonight, it was Matt Kenseth that got by Kyle Busch in the late going. Kyle will have to settle for 2nd again. The Wisconsin driver, Matt Kenseth, scores a win at Charlotte, a huge momentum builder in his championship. It's Matt Kenseth taking race 5 in the chase.
Down in turn 1 or 2 or 3 and 4, it's over.
3-car breakaway. Junior tucked up tight under the bumper of Biffle. Kenseth leads to turn 1, final lap.
Denny Hamlin in the 11s there with no one to push him.
Actually, he might actually be hurting those 2 cars in front of him if he gets back too far. But here we go. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen pretty quick.
We've seen where the timing of where you do it is so critical.
Those 2 cars, the 16 and the 88, should be able to get by, but Kenseth, if Biffle elects to take the chance.
Ford Chevrolet off the final corner. Matt Kenseth trying to win it for the 2nd time. Here comes Junior to the outside. Side by side with Kenseth. He runs out of time. Matt Kenseth wins the Daytona 500.
I tip my hat.
I know Matt can't talk to you, but thank you, Jimmy. Outside.
Stewart to the lead at the white flag. We're on the last lap. Will they make it back?
Wayne was fast to fast when he's got the 29 pushing him here.
4 deep behind Stewart and Kenseth.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick's got some real help coming towards the front here.
Michael Waltrip in the 55. Into the picture. Pushed by Casey Mears. Kenseth with Harvick behind him. Oh, there's contact. Stewart into the middle of the pack and over.
Watch it down.
And a huge wreck to end this race. Matt Kenseth is going to get to the finish line first.
He cares about the organization, and he's just a tremendous competitor, and you can see that happening.
And the white flag is up. We're in the last lap today at Kansas. A race that's featured 14 cautions. A very tough toll on car and driver. Many, many rallies on the day, including this 17 from as far as 24th in the pack. Final corners here for Matt. Checkered flag is up. Third win of the season, second of the chase. Matt Kenseth wins at Kansas.
Up the race. White flag trying to end a 101 race winless streak for car owner Jack Roush is Ricky Stenhouse. Look at this, 4 wide. Everybody wants to get to the front.
I just don't see how that's going to work out. Side drafter for McMurray on Casey Kane. He's going to get to the rear bumper or go in the middle between Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch.
Now what's Stenhouse do? Can he block? Can he block all of them coming at once?
5 wide.
Work it, dude. Work it.
Last lap. Bang. That was Busch into McMurray. Stenhouse gets away a little bit. 3 wide. Here they come off turn 4. This is the finish these fans came and stayed for. Ricky Stenhouse, the pride of Olive Branch, Mississippi. Top to bottom. Kyle Busch to the outside, gets blocked by Stenhouse. Here they come. Stenhouse wins it.
Woohoo! What a run.
That's making a fifth third better, boys.
Stenhouse Jr., white flag in the air. One more time around. Michael McDowell in the 95 running second. A slide by the 24 of Chase Elliott. That's before they get into turn 1. The caution hasn't come out yet. They want him to be able to race back to the checkered flag. Paul Menard now moves up to second. Clint Boyer's in third. Clint Boyer trying to find a line, trying to get some momentum. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. wants to stay right on the double yellow line. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. looking for his second win in the Cup Series. He's going to get it at the biggest stage. Stenhouse Jr. wins at Daytona.
Good job, buddy. Firecracker 400, baby!
He is. And now the white flag is out. One more time around for Chris Buescher here at Bristol. 2 more turns of the Bass Pro Shops night race. Chris Buescher will win his second Cup Series race, and it happens at Bristol.
That's awesome.